Here you go. Thank you very much for joining this PR Masterclass. Actually, I thought of doing this masterclass because we all are stuck at home during this MCO, and now it's being extended until the 14th. So it's very important for us to learn skills, and PR skills is one of the most important skills that every business owner should learn. And I'm going to actually tell you a lot. I'm going to guide you. Actually, I thought this is very important to share with everyone that how you can actually write a story, pitch to the media, and get it published in 15 days. Let us go to the next slide. Okay, most PR firms, you heard of PR firms, right? Every big corporate companies have a PR department, big corporate ones. And now even small, medium companies are starting to actually have a PR department. Very important because it is a bridge. The word public means it's a bridge between you and the public. And what story you're going to tell the public? That's where you're going to stand out from the rest. So now these are the eight steps that you need to follow for the next couple of days. You can actually start early. You don't have to wait until the MCO ends and then to do this. You can start now writing a good story about your business. So the first step that you need to know is you need to understand two things. What is publicity and what is PR? These two things very important. Second, you must know what is traditional and what is digital media. Third, content is king, the usual one. And how you're going to get media contacts. 5, what angle you're going to write the story. 6, how you're going to approach the journalist. It's not just like taking the phone and making a call and getting your news across. It doesn't work like that. Okay, there's a process. How you're going to follow up and how you're going to handle objection if they don't want to write a story. Right? I'm going to teach you step by step. Okay, first, let's understand the difference between publicity and PR. Publicity is like being very advertisement-like, okay? Like basically like taking this phone and telling people, hey, I'm selling this phone at this price. For example, if you have a bakery and you make good chocolate cakes. Sorry, I'm not good in baking, so I'm just coming up with ideas. Maybe you have an ingredient that is that's been inspired by your mom. Okay, that's something. Write a very emotionally connecting story about that. And digital. Now, when we talk about traditional, it's like newspapers appearing on TV. That's glamorous. Going on radio, talking on a radio station, on a program. Everybody loves that. And then the digital one is like blogs, online, SEO. Okay, remember online medium reaches to a larger set of audience, and also you can share the link after your article is published. So it's very important that you also be online. But content is king. So I always believe that your story must be unique, entertaining, interesting. So engage your audience. I'm pretty sure all of you write very good stories. Always have these storytelling capabilities in us, and we can write very good stories about our business. For example, if you run a restaurant and your restaurant has been listed MCO, right? A lot of us are actually doing a lot of charity work. I've seen a lot of people actually delivering food. That's a good story to write. It shouldn't be something that, you're trying to sell something. If you do that, then the media will ask you to pay. The media, remember, this is a very important step. So media is, you need to find out what are the media that your industry is in. For example, if you're going to write about health, don't go and write it on the Age or on the Business Today newspaper, which doesn't have a health column. And always have a look at how they have actually done their previous article. How was it done, how they have actually narrated the story. Look at columns in a newspaper or in a magazine or online portals that write about health articles. You have to find their contacts and you have to actually email your story to them. Okay, but before you do that, do a little bit research about the journalist. There are only two people that you should target: the editor and the journalist. Don't. So if you do a little bit more research, there's higher chance that your story will be published. Okay, idea. Now you might be now wondering, okay, cracking your head, what kind of story am I going to write? What angle? I can give you a lot of examples. Testimonies. If you have a health product, if you're selling a lot of this beauty products, right? I'm sure one of the clients would have uh, experienced a change in their skin or experienced change in their wellness or something. Write about that. Okay, that's a good story to write. And always make sure that your information is backed by facts and evidence. Don't write something that's not true. Okay, so you want a testimony which is approved by your clients. Okay, then something that's relevant and refresh. For example, now we're going through this COVID. You can write about COVID, okay? How your company is helping to cope with the MCO or helping to cope with the COVID issue that probably your employees are facing lockdown at home and they're not able to operate. How your company is helping them. Probably you have a service that can actually solve these problems. So always be relevant and follow what is the current trend and write something that is trendy. CSR, like I say, many of you are giving food to the hospitals, to the frontliners. These are good stories to write, and this is a good story that the media will love. And make sure that your stories have an impact to the community and the world. Don't always write stories just to push your products. That's not what you. That is the approach to the media. How you're going to first thing you're going to email the news to them. Okay, there are three ways that you can actually approach the media. First, you can write an email and facilitate an interview. Maybe you can invite them to come to your place and interview, and if they love the story, they will come and interview you. Or email your press release, get it published, or you hold a press conference. Now that's a bit costly, right? Because you gotta organize. After you've done that, don't just keep quiet and think that they're going to publish a story. It doesn't work that way. Please call them back after 2 to 3 days. If they don't pick up, send them another email. And always remember, when you pitch in your email pitch, explain the benefits that your story will have to the readers, like I said. And it shows the importance of doing PR. Okay, and this is like a restaurant. It's called Burger and 16. We created stories. They were actually listed as one of the top 50 best burgers in Asia, and that was a very good story for us to start with. And we built on that story and got them almost 300,000 worth of PR value. When we talk about PR value, okay, let's say this is the value that you get if you advertise in the newspapers, meaning that's times 3, okay? So divide that by 3. So you would have paid $100,000 to actually advertise on papers. But instead of spending that money, we did PR for them and they got 300,000 worth of PR value. So that if you need any help, you can always get in touch with me. I've actually given you my email, but if you don't have my email address, this is my email address and this is my phone number. I think most of you have my number. Get in touch with me and we will be able to help you with any questions that you have. All right.